This is the keyboard handler.
So right now,
It calls pop-up pick file, pop-up picture. Those are
we're exploring the
file
interwebs.
choosers. Control D is the file manager.
And okay, so
and
just to
it
make the
turns out
screen a
that,
little smaller,
If you
this is what I did.
let's do edit. Alt M for Max. And we're gonna hit F4.
This is what
Okay,
I've been
got that F4.
drawing.
That does the file manager, which is the chooser.
This is
And
like
then we
proving
hit
that a
escape
bunch of shit.
to exit.
Okay, shut up.
When we're on.
Shut up. This is proving that I'm a genius. And then I wrote something about Einstein, you know, what if he drops like LSD and then imagine a world where he's like smoking a bowl of salvia and all of a sudden he trips like fucking major balls and then he like makes up fucking quantum theories and shit. And then I was trying to figure out about quantum immortality. And what if we die, we kill ourselves, we split into other two places. So yeah. And then there's Mother Soul, my cult. So we were like, then I was explaining how talking to girlfriends is kind of boring, but and here's a Friedrich Nietzsche quotes and the gods that I have made. This is just an old man. This old man is like in my universe, he's like some sort of like protector of the purgatory monsters. And then this is the holy servant of Kashmiriya Vaja. I have no idea how I pronounced that, even though I made it. And this is the sun god in the language of the Aztecs. And then there's this alien. I've been drawing all of this. And it's been interesting. I don't know what's with me and the Switch being everywhere, but this is a prototype of a alien that I made up. And so it's been interesting. I just want to see if... And you know, this is Mother Soul. This is the corrupt soul and the shadow figures that I've been seeing everywhere. And it's like smooth out and just groove, or they just sit there. And then I'm like, I have no idea what to reply to. I just don't do anything. Then the evil tiki gods. And this is the stage of life. Purgatory is the middle. Life after death is when you get corrupt. And the extreme corruption is when you murder somebody or you kill, you steal amounts. I mean, everyone fucking steals at some point. But that doesn't mean you can suffer the whole entire time. But extreme corruption is mostly for people who are pedophiles, rapists, and murderers. The blissful is the most normal people, and the goddesses and the god are the blissful ones. Reincarnated. I've been reading a lot about incarnation. Here's the salvia that I've been smoking. And it's been driving me crazy, and so I stopped doing it. And there's no more. So that is crazy, right? Smoking salvia. And here's a collection of my paintings. This is a whole collection of what I have done. I can't even figure out which one's my favorite because this one looks pretty cool, but it's all messed up looking. This bird thing looks like shit and I don't like it. And so is this bird. This bird looks like poop. And then there's this duck. This duck, look, it's an alien duck. It looks pretty interesting. And then there's this frog. And then this is what I was thinking about when I was on my anxiety and how I feel like what I should do is kill myself or die, or I should become God. And then there's this just frog out of boredom. And then a hut asking for the advice for the shamans of the aliens. Interesting enough. And this is basically what I go through every day. A stream of paranoia. I can't stand the silence. And you know what? I just need background noise. I can't stand the fucking.
And there it is. There's the file name.
Okay,
So you don't
so
have to type
you know
file
what?
names.
I don't think that this is gonna work. Okay, yeah, this is better. Just music from like.
Hey, with Priceline VIP Family, you can unlock deals 5 times faster. You don't even have to be an actual family.
Oh wait, I got a better idea. I can just. Fuck. There you go. You don't even have to fucking listen to me babble. Because I'm not in the mood for music.
Hello, guys and gals.
Go away, Mutahar.
Fast.
I want Terry Davis.
Anyway, this tells where the tasks
Okay,
are.
so there's
where
this,
the task codes are sitting, and
Hallucinogenic
tells how many lines.
shadow
40,000
people
lines
that I've been
compiled
looking at when I was dropping
40,000
acid.
ahead of time,
And it was pretty
do a
creepy, but I
full-list
was
demo
boogieing
here.
all the whole entire
we're
time.
gonna
But
make a
this
bite-
face right here
bite
is pretty
pointer A.
interesting. Because you can see the eye right here.
Malik
These
8,
two eyes makes what the alien looks like. These symbols were definitely made up. And I'm making this video because nobody would
you
care
see,
anyways, but
they just dropped
I don't
that
really
2
care.
with
But this
the
one
leading
right
2,
here,
so
in
it's 8
particular,
gig. It has to be it rounds up to a power of 2,
is,
and on a 12 gig machine, the biggest I can allocate is 8 gig. Anyway,
is mostly
I'm
just
going to set that to 0 just to show that it works. Everybody uses
it mostly
the same
just
address
shows how much
space.
I
Never messes
hate
with maps or
my
page
paranoia
tables.
and how it
Set it to
manifests.
0.
I hate
free.
people. I hate
It's 64
paranoia.
bit.
I don't even. I hate my mind.
There's that issue with
Symbols,
the bottom 2 gig
psycho,
for code, which is
kill yourself, death, you know,
it is
all that
64
all that
bit, but it
jazz.
does have that issue.
Cigarettes. I
Anyway,
was smoking,
Now the memory's
at the
back
time,
up to 11
so I
gig
decided
free.
to draw
Anyway,
cigarettes.
Now, why don't you send me an email?
And
if
then
you
again,
want
I
the
was
full
thinking
version.
about the same
Full
thing
version
about
has a
death and the
dictionary,
FBI, and
It's free.
I wrote it in
Anyway,
different
I
languages.
really like some emails because I don't get any feedback. And
I wrote it in
anyway,
Spanish,
watch
Hindi,
other videos on the
Hindi,
site and,
yeah, Hindi,
have fun.
Hindu,
Okay, press
Hindi,
F1 to
Arabic,
get to your help.
and
then,
this
go to key
one,
map.
this one sucks. I hate
Control
this
Alt or
painting,
System
but I
keys,
did it
those
anyways.
are,
This one does suck too, but
system-wide, not
Whatever.
intercepted by the editor.
sperm
Alt
cells
keys
smoking
are user-defined.
with squares. It's pretty interesting. I like this painting.
Alt-M is max. Alt-V is a tile vertically.
Being a little bit
Some of those
interesting.
are handy. You can,
And then there's this
keyboard plugins
fucking
for those.
rabbit.
the control keys are mostly
I have no idea how I just screwed
we're
this
gonna
one
look
up
at,
for fun.
just a plain
Heartbroken
old F2.
because at the
F4.
time I was feeling
F4
heartbroken.
is, this is the
The abstract
keyboard handler.
place, mostly the afterlife
It,
deal.
it calls pop
An
up,
abandoned
pick
place
file,
in the
pop-up
abandoned
picture.
galaxies of the afterlife.
Those are
It's a
file
giraffe.
choosers. Control B
Giraffe
is the,
smoking.
is the
I wish I
file
had a
manager.
cigarette right now, and I can just smoke it
And
up.
it turns out that if you
And there's a rose I
let's do
painted,
edit, Alt M for max,
and there's shadow
and
people,
we're gonna hit F4.
which
Okay, got that
I was going
F4.
through.
that does the file manager, which is the chooser.
Reality's
And then
gone.
we hit
I was
escape
smoking weed.
to
And
exit,
this is what I was
on
thinking
top.
about.
and there it is. There's
This
the file name.
is
So you don't have to
just
type file
interesting,
names if
just
you do
random painting.
You can do file directories
Old
with
man.
Shift F4. Anyway, so it turns
And the
out if you
rabbit
change
doing
the
whippets.
first letter of the command. A lot of
Imagine this
times,
going
the
for
drive
a
number,
museum for
contains
$5,000,
colon for the boot drive.
which will never
Anyway,
happen. And those paintings soon will be in the trash.
now, if you want to search for a string
Whatever.
in a file, then you can say
These, I hate living. I don't know why I said I put that because
strings. And this gets
Random.
crazy, but these have a colon, and then there's a colon, and let's search.
and this
for,
one's cool.
How about
He's
alt?
puking
Or,
colors.
search for alt. Alt
Puking
is-
colors.
okay, now we're
puking
on top of
color.
Alt. It found alt.
And
Now
this
if you
one, this
say,
one's pretty interesting.
:2.
Jamie the crack
Found
dealer.
the second occurrence of alt.
I did.
Okay, so.
Story behind this is that I
what
did
you
a
just
shit ton of
put upon
psychedelic
was,
drugs and mixed it with Adderall.
The
And
link
this
types,
is what happens.
the editor actually takes a link.
Out of this
You
world.
can enter a file or a link.
I
A file
I
name,
sketched this
file
on the
name,
notebook.
an
I don't even
anchor in
know
a
where it's
file,
at right now.
A string, a second occurrence of a string, a file line number.
And
or
then
you can
there's
do plain
Mordecai
files.
from regular show.
The Sparrow OS uses $ commands.
And then there's the
$ special
satanic
for,
aborted fetus.
documents. And if you want to
Yeah.
use plain non-document,
You remember this painting, right, from earlier?
You can search for a book
Yeah,
in the
I have to
Bible.
explain.
You can search for a definition
God.
of the word in the dictionary.
Who is God?
There's a help index. There's a.
This
you
is
can enter
God
the
because
direct-
he's
it'll
like
jump to
begging for
source
the
code,
truth of
or
what
you can
is
enter a symbol
God.
for a man table entry.
It's like,
Anyway,
who is God?
so
Who
don't
is
have-
God?
so
Wait,
if you
hold
don't
on.
have a. This is just a file name.
Okay. I
anyway.
just have a lot of
Now it
people
remembers
coming in.
the position of the cursor. It puts a.
And there's an
asking
alien
5 for the
portrait,
position of
nothing
the cursor.
particular and
Watch this.
interesting.
So let's put the cursor
3
down here,
alien
hit escape
crucifixion,
for
but
exit and
I did
save. Now
it
if I
really
do this
shitty.
again, it comes up
Aliens are
where I
sad
left off.
because I was feeling
Anyway,
sad.
so,
Faceless alien, I thought that would just be
the,
interesting.
this
Feels
is
like
find
something's
file.
missing.
Let's
My
say
identity is always missing.
/
The pink alien,
star
interesting.
txt
White
star
alien, white
semicolon
alien
star
portrait.
dot.
This one it looks like
star.
just gibber up
Okay, this is kind of
garbage.
crazy, but it's almost like there's the directory and then a list of file types. The
A
directory
yellow
you put first,
portrait
and,
again, and the green one.
That's the base directory, and then you put
Then
the
this
file
one,
types.
the Ascended. We don't
Oh,
remember
that
this
didn't
one. It's the Aztec god.
Uh,
And then there's this one, which
well,
I can't find anymore.
One thing, by the way, control.
My
Control
parents
B
threw
is-
this one
brings up the
away.
border. If you ever enter a quote, notice the quote down here.
No, I
we have an
can't
open
edit.
quote. So we just got rid of that. Anyway, going back up here.
Okay, and I'm pretty. I don't know why this one is not thrown away. The pentagram is literally right there with the upside down cross.
Valid file name.
This is how it feels like to be on Salvia sometimes. So you feel like you're just being sucked into like some sort of like
Okay.
galaxy or in
Anyway,
universe. So there was like
uh,
the Mac
dot
right
dot
here,
dot
the
txt.
iMac,
You have to.
and
if
then
we say,
it just it's like stretching and stretching and stretching and stretching.
OS
It's like getting
slash
farther.
ACCTS
It can, and
slash star.
I was like scared out of my goddamn mind
Okay. Anyway,
because I was
so,
like,
um,
where am I going?
the FF.
This one,
takes
another
the
one.
file
I was
mask, which is
inspired
one
by
of
the
those
Salvia because I have
directory
no idea
and
what the
then,
hell I was
file
going
type
through.
things. And then it
The
also
time
takes a
again,
FU, flag.
Salvia.
The
When I
FU
looked at the
flags
clock,
are,
the clock meant nothing.
FUF. These are
Time did not exist on Salvia.
recursive.
When you look
full
at that
labels,
time,
question.
a second
just
does
source
not
just
mean
directory.
shit.
Just anyway. These
Second,
are FUF
2,
flags.
3,
A
4,
lot of
5.
commands take
Nothing.
FUF flags.
Time does not exist. Time
can be
is just
defined,
out
which
of
is
the
correct.
question. There is no
FUF.
point
And
of,
minus I is don't ignore case.
no point of time.
So
There is no
these are all
point.
the FUF flags. This is a grep.
And this is a
F is grep.
Aztec, one of
it's
those
my own
Aztec
personal
faces.
It's customized.
I hate this one.
It's
This
a
one
wrapper
is
functional.
stupid looking. I just
Anyway, so
it
if you
just
want,
looks so unfinished,
handy,
uninspiring. It just doesn't look good.
let's see. Now, if you
I just
do
I
directory
just
like
wanted
this,
to paint
you get a
for
ton, because it's,
shits and giggles. This
anything
one's
with, now,
this
if you
one
say
is based on
directory
the writing.
minus I plus L. That's whole labels. That's whole words. Now it's only ones with
Death
actual.
of the Mexican Spirit.
You can do F.
I have a
front label
whole
and back
entire
label.
like essay to say about this one. It's just really
So if we say
to cut it
minus
short.
I
It's basically
plus label
replacing
front,
the eagle with
label
the
front.
skull, because
won't
mostly
let you
people
have
that come to
anything on the
this
front.
country, the United
so when you
States,
do that, it doesn't-
leave
see how it
their
starts with
country, their
DIR?
home country, to be in this bastardization
Anyway,
of what the American
so,
dream really is.
let's go to the
The American dream is
let's go
just
to the,
basically just
this
follow
directory.
capitalistic
I just wanna show off a
ideals,
couple,
and
things
you'll
here.
never be happy
here's a
with all the
bitmap.
capitalist
we can type a bitmap
crap
file.
that you just consume every
typed it.
time.
Now
So
we can,
let's say you want a car.
if we go
Wait,
to
look, I
the-
got the car, but it doesn't feel like I need. I'm not satisfied yet.
we can type
I got a house,
my
but I'm
personal
still
menu
not
to the command
satisfied.
line.
I got the grill,
On the
George
command line,
Foreman
we have
grill, and I'm
graphics
still
and-
not satisfied. I got the RV,
anyway,
I got the motorcycle, I got all this shit, but yet not a single,
Let's do a partition.
not a
there.
single happiness.
We have we have ATA is
You
hard
can have
disk,
all this
the
shit.
ATA
You can buy
is,
all this shit, and it still will not be
CD-ROM,
satisfying.
and then we have some RAM drives.
If
for
something is
doing
going on.
Custom things for doing images.
Or you can
CD.
just be living a
Sometimes you
simple
wanna
life.
use a RAM drive
But
for,
Mexicans usually work their
images
ass
of an
off
ISO or something.
to get to this
Anyway,
country to still
say,
feel this giant culture shock.
I have a CD-ROM drive.
This
and
culture
two-
shock of why
on
the
a
hell am I
movable
here?
disc, You need to know.
And it's too late now
Okay, you can say
because
DRV,
I have already got
drive,
a whole
T.
life coming to me in this
Any of these
place.
commands that take a drive letter.
So that's
put
the
in single
basics
quotes,
of
so
why
it's
this painting was inspired
change
by,
disc.
and that's what I was. It's not
This
really.
is a
Well, it's
removable
really.
disc, so we have
It's probably a
doesn't
pretty
automatically
deep
detect
thought
removable media. So
of
you have
what
to change
a
disc
Mexican
if you-
spirit
if you
is.
change the disc.
But
if
it's
the
not.
error
It's
is
really
command,
simple
otherwise the cache
yet
is
complex
invalid
in
and stuff.
thought.
Anyway,
This
we're going
one
to,
is about Satan.
this is how you install.
Satanicism.
I'm gonna copy my
Satan.
E drive
Satanicism.
to my,
Satanism.
F drive.
I hate.
How about F drive?
I was like,
Okay. So
I'm just gonna put Satanist
I keep
places,
my
and then
E
there's
drive is
this.
a backup, and then my F drive is for transferring in and out. I keep
mean,
an exact
it's crazy
snapshot,
that how
so I can reinstall
God
it in like 5 minutes.
itself,
and,
religion
make ISO files
itself
that,
can be traumatizing.
you can learn how to make
traumatizing
an ISO
by,
file. Look at the account examples. Anyway,
religion. You know, you can get traumatized by
going to,
religion by
there's
believing so
there's two
hard in the
binary files
religion
that are compiled ahead
that
of
you
time,
end
the
up dead.
compiler and OS
Like
main,
cults.
and we're
You
going
know, you
to,
believe in cults
do a
so
bake-off.
hard
There's only
that
two
you end up
files
killing
that get
yourself
made.
for the cult,
Anyway, so,
which is
the
very
bake-off
scary to
is
think
done with
about.
install
It
boot,
looks like
because we have
bless.
to tell the
It's
new
like
location
blessing.
of the,
Like a blessing mixed
because
with
the boot
horrifying
uses an absolute block address.
death.
Um,
Then you end up
Okay, so you just,
crucified on upside
just
down,
copy
crucified,
everything from the E
upside
drive
down, upside,
onto the F drive,
crucified.
so we have the
You just
image.
get crucified at the
Format
end,
first, though. We probably should
like
have.
Jesus Christ on the
anyway,
cross, thinking that you
so,
did something perfect, but really you died for nothing,
Bible, everything.
just like Christ.
Now, when this gets done, we're gonna.
I'm just kidding,
install
Christ, and I don't fucking know. Whatever you prefer. I guess I'm going to hell.
there's
Another salvia
there's an
trip.
uncompressed utility called TSC that'll run in Windows. The files ending in Z are
Okay, so this is a salvia trip.
and you can uncompress them in Windows. If
Again, how
you
I
do
felt
a
while I'm
boot
salvia.
in, Sparrow, and it'll uncompress
It's
them.
all
Anyway, install boot,
so interesting.
F.
This one sucks. I hate it. It's
then enter
terrible.
Base drive
It's a
D.
shit post.
Um,
Another
it'll find D, E, and
salvia
F.
trip kind
So
of
you
thing
do- you
about
probe
God. It's
You
like
enter
your
either
time's
under
being
ports
ripped
or,
apart and it's
if it has a
bleeding
number,
and
you
it's
can
like
enter a 1 for
I
the number. It
don't
knows that's not a
know
port.
what to do.
Um,
I'm scared out of my mind.
CD-ROM.
God help me.
Anyway, TS/tab
God
is my
is not
account.
there to help you.
Disk cache size, we use default.
There's the mouse.
Protect low, will
He's just chilling.
check for a null pointer.
And this is just a
Um,
great
these are options for the kernel. So we just recompiled the kernel and OS main and
this is
compiler.
just a temple of the Buddhist.
There's,
Because I was
run
reading
count
about
rep-
Buddhism and I thought, oh, that would be interesting about Buddha. So Buddha is.
Okay, so just as a tour,
I was getting into the Buddhism. I was
There's,
painting this for painting a cow.
compiler is
So I thought it was
21,000
interesting.
lines, and OS main, which is the kernel, is
This
25,000
one,
lines. So there's about
unfortunately,
50,000
has
lines
a
that are compiled
very
ahead of time.
depressing
There's a binary file for the compiler and a binary
meaning
file for the
towards
OS
it
main.
now.
And everything in
I see
Atom
it
gets
as
compiled during the boot,
disturbing.
and then the accounts code
I don't
gets
want to talk
compiled
about
during
it
boot.
though.
Then you have applications that are compiled when you just in time when you run them, or miscellaneous and demos. I want to make a comment about
This is actually hung up
Fixes the
somewhere.
drive as
I
well.
have
Anyway,
no idea where.
I want to talk about
But this took me like a
there's,
couple of days.
different link types in loose.
See,
in,
it's hung up
Sparrow.
right there. There's me and there's the painting.
There's file
Which is pretty
anchor,
cool.
Find a string in a file, a line number. in a
Absurdity
file,
of the
that's pretty
psychedelic.
common.
I screwed up
A
right
man
down
page, which
here,
looks
but
like a
I
symbol.
just decided
And then
to
there's plain text.
mix it up.
Sparrow documents have $sign.
And then I
commands, and you
also
might
have
wanna
this
edit
somewhere.
plain without the
in
$sign command.
this place
special.
called
Anyway, it'll look in the Bible. It'll look for definition.
place
in the
called
dictionary
Jump the
word.
Moon.
There's
I don't know if
a
it's
index,
there. It's
the
probably
word
not.
address. Anyway,
It's probably
if you
thrown in
say
the
ED,
garbage. I really hope it's not in the garbage.
if we say ED,
I barely doubt it's
then
in
if
the
we do,
garbage, but
F4,
I just hope
for
it's
picking
not.
a file. Then we go and we change the first letter
Because I
to the boot
took a
drive.
long time doing
Um, so doc,
that. All of this.
let's look for if
I
we
just
say
hope it's not
find file colon,
frogs dying,
that'll find a string
like
in
an
the file,
afterlife.
doc. Uh,
Abstract.
there,
Cigarettes. I
found the
thought
first
I was
appearance of
smoking,
doc.
and then I was like, this
Let's
is
do the,
slowly
third
killing
occurrence,
me.
doc.
I'm not smoking
There's a third
anymore.
occurrence, doc.
I
Let's
quit.
do file line.
I stopped smoking.
Let's do line number
And this is what
200.
I was thinking
I'm gonna
about. I was
discuss
thinking about
technical
death
details.
when I came out the mental
When
hospital.
it boots, it starts. It
I was
loads,
having mood swings
the
about my
OS
neck.
main.
I have this
bin.
awful
The
anxiety,
bootloader loads OS main dot
tightness in my neck,
bin, and
lost. I was
this
lost.
is the project file for osmain.bin. The
Yeah.
first bit of code.
This one
is,
is
right here,
probably
include
with
OS start.
a friend.
So it's a flat binary. And,
I gave it to my
starts at
friend.
OS start. It starts in
He
16
has it.
bit mode.
For
the
another-
bootloader hands it off in real mode, and it calls some BIOS routines to change to VGA graphics mode, 640
has
by
it.
480.
I don't have
And
it.
it calls some BIOS
Okay, these
calls for
paintings, I have no
information
idea
on
where they're at.
memory and
I think they're lost.
number of buses and stuff. Anyway,
The Samsons
so
painted this with a piece of paper, and so with this one.
OS
This one's
start
thrown in the garbage.
calls OS end.
This is paranoia,
and,
and this took me like
There's run
fucking
levels, which
hours.
It's not there. It sets bits telling when it
Took me hours to draw this.
achieves certain
666. I also
achievements.
this was
Anyway,
also thrown away.
So
And
the
then
last
there's
thing,
this.
the start,
And
the
there's
first
this.
task is called Adam. He's
All I
on
did with this
on
one.
the Bootstrap processor.
Can I
That's
even
what they
zoom
call
in?
Core Zero. I like Core Zero is more clear. Anyway, and when he's done, it starts off
It's
OS
just
main.
a bunch of
is,
numbers
loaded
that I
in
drew in.
to, the
I got
bottom
lazy
640K.
here and then decided to do this.
Then it changes to 64-bit mode, and it loads in the
This is
compiler.
one of my earliest
And,
things.
Finally, after it loads the compiler, it calls. This is like the autoexec.bat file. It calls Atom1 dot. Atom1.
My earliest.
Okay, now each task has a symbol table. You can kind of think of it like environment variables.
This
Except it can have
this
functions,
like
and it can have variables, and it can
a
have
bar.
classes and stuff.
These pants.
Atom is the first task, and every
This is a
task
bar.
has a symbol table.
Inspired by one
a
of Van
hash
Gogh's
table.
drawings
Anyway,
or paintings.
Atom, when he starts compiling this code, these are the headers. These are the main headers for everything. Pretty much everything goes in one header file.
And this one is
well,
just
there's,
completely weird. This
the
is all the
classes and,
animals
the
torturing
classes are-
humans
classes and defines
by
are
putting them in
uh,
acid.
Atom 1A.
And then the aliens
the
watch
internal,
while getting drunk.
Function headers. These are
This is Ronald
to
Reagan
bind,
and his little
the,
weird poopy
assembly routines to
string
C++.
things coming out of his asshole.
You use
It's telling you to stay drug
you
free.
use Xtern to bind assembly label to C++,
And
and it's not. It's,
there's this.
It's a flavor
I
of
don't
C.
know.
It's more than C, less than C++.
And there's this one
Anyway,
too.
the compiler has some built-in functions. It doesn't have inline.
cat.
Doesn't have inline functions,
Cat.
but it has some internal functions. I can show you how
Oh
to
fuck.
add one.
I don't remember when I painted
When I
this.
upgrade, sometimes you have to start with the new compiler in order to compile code. Anyway, because I make syntax changes.
It took me a
So
while
these
to
are the,
paint
This
this.
is the third header file. These are the regular C.
Inspired by the
externs.
Tibetan Book of the Dead.
So this Atom 1 is compiled
The
that
chillin'.
loads all those symbols
The
into
word
this
chillin'
table.
I got from my cousin because that's how
Now,
he does not know how to spell.
line count.
I didn't even know that chillin' was a German word for chill out. So that's
remember
pretty
we
cool.
said it starts with OS main. OS main is this is a line count rep.
See, look.
OS main is 25,000 lines. The compiler is a binary. And,
Chillin'.
ahead of time, compiled ahead of time. It's 21,000 lines. So about 50,000 lines is
German.
compiled ahead of time. The rest of it, since Atom is the first task, he goes about loading in all those headers.
Thought it was
And then he actually
See,
loads
look.
in, he compiles a bunch
German.
of code just in time.
I don't
the
know,
reason
I
do
shouldn't
just in
trust
time
Wikipedia.
instead of ahead of time is
well,
because
Google Translate, but
I want to.
this one is pretty dumb.
You don't need object files. You don't need.
I think all humans should die.
executable
This is
files,
when I was like so
and,
upset with somebody.
I just like it.
It's like
Anyway,
I'm
so I
pissed
try to
off.
do as much ahead
Hate
of time, or
people.
just in time as possible.
People are mean.
And, so it starts
And there's
in,
this frog.
It starts
Pretty
in
cool.
OS
This
main when
is
it
like
boots.
psychotic
That's
death.
where the
Psychosis.
Atom 1 file is, and then it hands off to Atom
Cigarette.
2, which is the next stage. That's the code
There's
that's
that. There's that.
that's compiled
There's that.
during boot. So there's about 40,000 lines compiled during boot.
There's
Atom 2 is the
that.
start. It just includes all these.
Exploding
Some of them,
galaxies.
are
This is what I did
directories.
in Jump the Moon.
This is the graphics library.
Same with
I do
these.
all the graphics from
I did all
scratch.
these at Jump the Moon. The art gallery.
Anyway,
My
Bitmap has this is the
this
plot pixel.
place.
There's plot
Really,
crop
really nice
triangle,
place.
everything.
The owner there is
Anyway,
pretty nice.
GR Screen has first of all,
Well, this is their studio before
there's a
they
there's a
moved
special
to a
task called
different
the Window
place.
Manager task, and it updates the screen 60 times a second. It
Yeah, the
redraws
reviews
everything.
are
Invalidate rectangle doesn't
deserved.
help if you have a full screen video game.
It
Therefore, I don't
is a
do
good place
invalidate
to,
rectangle. I don't care
like-
about power. This burns electricity. I like desktops. Anyway, so the window manager task calls. Okay,
I can still go there.
there's a text layer, there's a persistent layer, and there's a graphics layer. And this is all done by hand.
Okay.
Anyway,
I don't know
update Windows. This
if I'm
routine
still
is
in
called
there.
60 times a second, and it goes through all the tasks on Core 0, and
Art gallery.
and calls a call it all
I don't
tasks.
think. Yeah, my paint is in there.
All terminal tasks have a document
That's how. That's the owner.
for their command line, and this
Oh, he has a TED
goes
talk.
through the
Slack is kind of like
Update
the
task doc.
backbone
It
of
goes
how we
through
communicate.
the,
It's signable. I
the,
love using clips. It's a big
document
team.
for the command line.
Saves us a lot
It
of
also
time.
has a you know how Windows has a mainframe and a client
things in a
area.
new way.
Well, in
I paint
Sparrow
things
OS,
like
you have an
this, and I make things like this. A lot of my sculptures are made out of things that other
Oh yeah, that's artist that helped me. Display my art. So it's non-profit. And, yeah, he's a good guy. Helps with people with disabilities. Never knew he had a TED talk. That was interesting. Yeah, I had an interview, so this is what I did over there. And this one too. This one too. Okay, definitely not this one. This is not what I drew over there. Yeah. I did this over there. That one too. But yeah. I also did that over there. That's what inspired the other drawing painting. There's that one. Alien smoking a bong.
Hillary, which is the border that there's the border text is done with the document, and then the main client area is done with a different document.
They did
You can have one
the
window
Van
per
Gogh
task.
chair in the Dali
and,
time.
There's no difference between process,
know.
thread, and task. Everything is
Buddha.
a task, and every task can have one window if
There's
it's
the
on Core
alien
0,
Buddha.
and every task has a symbol table. Every task has a heap, and child task inherit symbols from parents. So since all
Banana.
all tasks are children of Adam, so
And then there's Van Gogh.
they get all those symbols
Then there's a banana smoking crack.
that were loaded in at boot, Anyway,
And then there's
So,
just a shit post
it calls
called poop.
update
And then there's Buddha
that
and the colorful
writes to
steam.
there's a text layer. It's not B8000. It's
Another
it's actually
salvia
32
trip
bits instead of.
painting.
It's got extra attributes for
This weird
for,
lady looking.
superscript, subscript. It's actually done with extra attributes. Anyway,
I
so it
painted
calls,
this in the mental hospital.
it updates the document. Then it can have task can have a dry for drawing to a device context, a callback.
Also in the
Now I
mental
use this
hospital.
task validate
That one too.
because
This one I did here.
normally you wouldn't need this in a regular operating system, but this is for you to
And that's about it.
poke around with. When I had a Commodore 64, I used to
I did a lot
modify
of paintings.
the ROM, the basic RAM
So yeah.
variables and stuff. This is for users
This
to
is
poke around with.
interesting.
So since you're going to be messing around with the task, I try to make it a little more robust by seeing if it gets a bad task and then bailing out. So task validate is in a lot of places. It checks task validate checks if it's in the.
This is where they used to
2
be.
gig, addresses. It checks to see if it's tasks. The current task is pointed to by the FS segment. You have to, in 64-bit mode, you have to set it with the right model specific. Anyway, so the lowest 2 gig is special in Sparrow OS because, well, that's the lowest 2 gig is for code. I use only call instructions, and calls have anyway.
If you're
It
around
also
the
puts task records on in the lowest 2
this
gig.
area,
Incidentally, anyway, it
I
has a signature.
suggest you
checks
go
to see
over
if it's
there.
in the queue and stuff. Then the other thing is controls, scroll bars and you can make controls. Those have tasks can have controls. Anyway, let me go.
What's this?
Memory. So the bootloader relocates itself and loads in OS main at 7C up to 3F or 3C. I have a lot of extra room in case it grows in the future. Then the page tables
Just
are at
It's to be something
whatever
this
that is,
big.
1 meg. Up to I use in 64-bit mode you have 2 meg pages. I map everything identity mapped with 2 meg pages except the lowest 2 meg, which I map with 4K because it has to set the BGA.
Well, I'm just a fucking
anyway,
weird drug addict, fucking
So up to the
stoner who
code-
just paints
the
for
code
fun.
heap is
I don't pay none of
is
this
the
shit for
lowest,
money,
2 gig. That's so that
because
it
I
can
know
use
this
the
shit ain't
call
gonna get a
relative
goddamn
32
cent.
instruction everywhere. Sparrow OS is ring 0 only, so it never leaves ring 0 mode. So it has no protections, but it's like DOS or like a Commodore 64. Those didn't have protections. It's intentional that way because when I had a 64, I used to play around with disk blocks and play around with just for fun. You can, you know how video games entertain for 30 hours? Well, if you poke around for 30 hours, watch this document.
Symbols,
Dump
the oh fuck,
FS
symbols,
points to
the absurd,
the current
absurd amount of psychedelia, psychedelic barf.
FS. FS points to the current
You can
task record.
have my
See how it's
paintings.
updating live? There's
if you ask.
live widgets.
You can
Okay, so
throw them away.
64-bit mode doesn't really have segmentation, but it does support FS and GS. FS is kept pointing to the current task record, task structure,
Hello.
and the first address in the task structure is a self-address pointer.
Paint
We'll
these.
get into that in a second. Anyway, so a task record has stuff like there's one window per task, and these are the window dimensions and position. The registers
There you go.
when the scheduler swaps it, tells the GS segment points to the current
Also,
CPU
right
structure.
for fun.
And this is the task CPU. It has It has the callbacks for drawing, and it has anyway. This you want to get
There's this pig, and then
I
there's
had
Dickler,
user data for
Adolf
that's for
Hitler,
you to
but
play around
reincarnated
with.
as a
It's
penis.
not really a
Trump for
workable solution. If you wanna
2024
add
and the
extra data,
swastika.
you have to create a frame in the symbol table.
And I drew this because I didn't have
That's the proper way to do it. Unless you're me and you can modify the structure. So if we say class rep D, this is all the information the compiler has about classes and stuff is still available. So the class name comes first. We want C task, and then you give you do your debugging at the command line. So that this will dump a structure.
this is
dynamically.
obscure. This is absurd.
So, it knows all the compiler
Then there's this
information
one where I
about
have written
this,
over
class,
28 pages
and,
worth of crap.
shows all the members, and you can go deeper.
I like
the
to write a
FS
lot,
segment
but
register
this is just for
let's
not
look at,
an actual story. This is just a bunch of shit that I just made up.
the first
and,
one is self-addressed. See, well, you can't really,
Right,
you
product
wouldn't know the difference.
renewal.
Anyway, so
Oh, this is
so the FS segment register is kept pointing to the current task. The GS is kept pointing to the current CPU structure. If you want to see what a CPU
some
structure
terrible
looks
rap
like,
song I made.
it
It was
has,
just like
a number.
horrorcore.
That's the number of the CPU.
God hates me, I'm the
And it
byproduct
has
of
the
his new
idle.
evil,
You
a
need
fallen
that when
angel.
you're,
Jesus might not love me,
scheduling,
although we
You
both
monitor how
dogs.
much,
The failed of
load it has.
aborted
That's the,
fetus of
complement
Mary,
of
that's me.
the
The
CPU
fetus
load.
of a now sighted deranged
That's
psycho.
pretty much, it
On
has
God's
a
failure,
descriptor
will
table.
God ever allow the abortion of a
register.
satanic fetus?
It has a
2
self
shots,
task.
3
Self
shots,
is
4
the
shots.
self
Kill the
count of Adam,
fucking
and there's
useless
one special
fetus.
task on each,
This fetus is a
CPU that's
spawn
the
of a
Seth
new
task,
awful
and it needs an idle
beginning.
task too. Anyway,
It just gets
So,
worse and worse.
where was I? So the FS and GS have to be changed with model specific register,
I write a lot.
and then it gets really tricky.
I write a lot, as you can see.
Let's look at how we want to get the FSRIP. What it does is it this 32-bit displacements are RIP relative, which the addressing mode is inconvenient. So what you have to do is you have to
Jesus.
XOR to get a 0, and then
I'm
load an
like
offset off of
completely
0
insane.
instead of just an offset. And ideally, if this were 32-bit,
I
mode, you
smoke
would
too
do it
much
like this.
salvia.
But in our case, you have to do it with this XOR 0. And there are times when you have to get the self-addressed. The
Can you
FS
see?
is the first value is the self-addressed value, anyway, so the class rep D, the document D,
Which one's the
FS,
window? This? I hope I didn't
this
fuck up.
shows, you can modify this live.
Oh, my fucking
You
mom.
can also modify class rep D. You can put a size. The window coordinates are somewhere in here. And we
Oh,
can
great.
modify it.
Now I
These are
fucked
live
up.
widgets.
How you can hear Terry
so,
Davis talk instead of me. It's
to
gonna be
show
a
that it's live,
disaster.
let's go.
A-
let's go back to-
ASMR. Here's my Tumblr page.
Okay, so this document has a widget.
He helped me.
When it was created with a Control L will create a widget. Create a widget. If you do text, and you can say nothing, and define string. If we say
I don't think I should
I
comment.
define, we just created
I don't think
a text.
my channel
It's my
is.
define. Now if we
It's
say,
horrible.
my define help. Then if we come in here, it says help. These are string indirection, and it works. Lose those is for dynamic documents, not printing. I decided, unlike everybody else, I'm not doing a stream. I'm not doing. There's not a standard in, not a standard out.
You see?
These are structures. This is not a general purpose operating
Japanese.
system. So where was I? So the bottom 2 gig is called the code heap. So when it puts global variables and it puts code in the code heap, it keeps track of which task owns it so that it frees it.
I hope one day
That's
to get
because,
1,000 subscribers, but
Do you understand
barely
if I
get
say
any
ASM,
subscribers. Whoa.
call, let's say, TU8.
How I did it, bro! You won't believe how much it. First, you gotta suck off the YouTube assholes
So we
that
have
work
code
for
prints on
YouTube. You want
PS5,
those subscribers? You're gonna have to suck your
YouTube back
your
labels,
motherfucking You're gonna have to suck the cocks of the
RSI,
YouTube fuckers, and you're gonna have to jerk them off real good too.
Here.
How I got 1 subscriber to 1,000,000 subscribers all in one. How much subscribers does this fucker
Address.
have, huh?
So if I was going
3
to
million? I don't even know this guy. Who the fuck is he?
That's an import.
He's probably boring. Like,
Look at
what
the
is
example
this?
code to learn these things.
I hate these type of channels. They're so boring, so bland.
So if I was
don't
going
have
to
I should do ES.
How I got molested.
for the month of
Okay, so
Okay, this
so
guy
I
has
just
two.
made some code.
Okay, you want? I'll teach you
let's
how
unassemble.
to play piano. Okay.
Unassemble works with for functions you put an ampersand. If it's a assembly,
Here it
if it's a
goes.
C function, you put an ampersand in front.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so,
you put
See this piano?
just the assembly symbol. And for assembly, you can only have the symbol defined once. For C symbols, you can
There,
redefine
you're the
them.
best piano
and it
player ever.
overshadows. So, I give lectures on that in screen memory and timing instructions and some tricks. So you probably want to look at those. All it's identity mapped. So all tasks on all cores have access to all memory at all times.
for the month of January, I
so,
made a total of
There's some device memory.
Oh!
in a
Oh!
So 2 gig is
Wow, you sunk that low, huh?
Then there's some data. Then there's a gap for 32-bit devices. I don't really do any PCI devices. Then
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. I can't wait to get 3,000 subscribers.
Apparently, you want 8,000 subscribers. After all, it's the first step to getting monetized. Plus, it's a big achievement. Less than 10%
Let's see what you want, how much you got, huh?
change the limit.
What is this language? What is this, the Philippines? Or what is this?
Control Alt Escape creates a new task. Alt V makes it vertically tile. Let's get rid of one. Shift Escape. Alt V. Okay, so now we have 2 tasks. Now let's say I-64. Let's say
You see,
let's do I.
Philippines. I knew it
There
was
is
the
no I
fucking
symbol. So if I
Philippines.
say I-64I equals 1,
This
2,
is a
3.
spammer. Shut up.
I. Okay, now it's 1, 2, 3. If I come over here and say I, that doesn't exist. Now, what about
Apparently,
J?
you want
That doesn't
I
exist.
want to take a shit.
say
That's what I
Adam,
want to do.
This, Adam sits in a server loop, and he will compile code for you. Adam J.
Salvia School?
Now, since everybody inherits Adam's symbols, if Adam defines a global variable J, suddenly
I am not doing it.
J equals 567. Suddenly, everybody has J available because everybody inherits his symbols. So he has J now. You can do a map of all symbols, alphabetical order.
Okay.
I keep everything.
Just tell the audio.
Everything.
From the abyss! Destroy someone's fucking life! Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life! Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life! Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life! Someone from my samples!
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't! I'll
you just
destroy
said
mine
here,
all day. I'll destroy
I
mine all
fucking-
day.
God, I hate Boogie so much. He's so insufferable. Fuck Boogie 29, Booger 2988. God, I just want to take the day and just it's not gonna get better.
If you've been waiting for a sign to try Ready Mag, this is it. This is your sign. Your sign to start creating juicy, interactive.
I want to play this game now. I have it on the 64. Always listen to the soundtrack when I'm high on acid. Will I ever try acid again? Probably not. It's like there's a point where in my life where I've already done like enough. I've done it 6 times and it's like I already know it's gonna feel like this wave of psychedelic and the colors and the fucking hallucinations and shit. It's like I already went. It's already. Oh, ketamine. Ketamine. Now that's the shit. Now that's the stuff you want. I love ketamine. Ketamine. Risk of ketamine. Special K. I'm done. Well, this is my Okay, I think we're done here. Oh, I gotta hit the 1 hour mark. Oh man, I gotta hit the 1 hour mark. I don't know if I should do something. I'm gonna just tell you what happened on my keyboard. I broke it out of frustration. Wait, is there like a... How do I... Trying to get this thing to not fucking... Nintendo. Who are these artists? A vinyl. I think I have cancer. Yeah, fuck this.